Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to another video from TW White & Sons Mazda. Okay, this was taken in yesterday, the 1st of September. This is a Mazda CX-5 2-litre Sport Nav Plus, 2-litre petrol car, manual transmission, presented in black mica with a black leather interior. Now, as I take you around the car, I always like to explain where the car's come from, a bit of history about the cars, because fortunately a lot of our vehicles are generated, our used vehicles, from part exchange. Now, this belongs to a very nice gentleman. He's been a loyal customer for years here. I think this must have been his 4th CX-5. This was registered 1st of September 2018, so it was 3 years old yesterday, so it'll be due its first MOT and the third year serviced. So that'll be done in the next couple of days. So hopefully you can see the condition of this car is excellent. Okay, I can put this straight onto my forecourt. Obviously there will always be a little cosmetic bit here and there that we will naturally get done ready for the next owner. Anything that requires doing in the workshop shall be done. The car's done about 21,000 miles. I'll get the exact mileage when we get in the car. Now, this is a plus model, okay? So you've got the radar cruise control. You've got the safety features as standard. You've got the sunroof. So this represents very, very good value for money. Now, let me show you in the back before we make our way into the car. So you've got the auto tail lift. There's the original overmats for the car, by the way. Got this huge boot. Okay, that auto tail lift you can use by just pressing the button there or using the key fob. Okay, now the boot's enormous, and you've got like a 40-40-20 split. Okay, you've got these really handy levers here. So, for example, that would be the most useful one to me. That would be my DIY hatch. I think technically it's known as a ski hatch, but I don't ski. And then the other seats will fold down like so. Okay, and you almost get a flat area. Hold on, let's have a look. Yeah, so not quite 180 degrees, but very close to it. So very, very useful, usable space there. And they will just fold up like so, nice and easy. Okay, now the car's got ISOFIX anchorages on the rear seats, so these two outer seats here. If you're using it in a 4-seater mode, which is probably its most comfortable mode, you get the all-important USB chargers, which I sort of say that in a joking way. That is very important. I mean, phones, tablets, etc., etc. Be very, very useful instead of having wires all going to the front of the car where the other two USBs live. Now, just want to point out, this rear door will open up almost at a right angle. Okay, so if you look at that there, and when Mazda designed this, they did that specifically to help for getting, I suppose, young children in and out of child seats. For example, my elderly parents would find it a lot easier getting in and out of the car. So that's a really useful feature that I think we kind of take for granted. So I wanted to point that out. Okay, right, so we've got electric passenger seat and driver's seat. The driver's seat has also got a memory function, 2 memory function. You've got the BOSE stereo. Okay, see those speakers in the A-pillars. It's fantastic. You've got a subwoofer in the boot. In fact, I didn't show you that. So for those of you who require a spare wheel, don't panic. You can have a spare wheel as an accessory, but as standard, you get the BOSE stereo. Okay, the BOSE speaker, that adds a little bass. We've got a fire extinguisher in here as well. Okay, this tonneau cover folds away under there as well, so you don't take it out, put it in the shed and forget about it. It folds away nicely. Right. Now, before we get in the car, it has keyless entry. That's standard on the sport model. So if you have the key on your person, the car will recognise that when you stand next to the car, and you can press this little button here and the car will open. when you walk away from the car will also lock itself. Oh, got my lemonade bottle in there, do excuse that. So there's your driver's seat functions. You've got forwards, back, down, up. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-way electric seat plus lumbar, and you can obviously program it to those memory settings. Now, whilst we're on the subject of memory seats, you've got two keys with the car. You can program, for example, this key to be in my seating position and this key to be in my wife's. So we sit in very different places in the car. So if I open the car with this key, the seat will move to this position if it's in any other position. Okay, so that's really, really good, because when someone messes up my seat, when I get it nice and comfy, it really does irritate me. Right, so to start the car, foot on the clutch. This lights up green. You press the button and she fires into life. It's a nice quiet engine. Heads up display, something you'll probably notice, that projects your speed, basic sat nav functions, alerts, etc. will all come up on here. Speed limits, all really handy things. Now, if you imagine, you know, you don't have to look down. You can just carry on looking straight ahead. You know, that glimpse down there could be, you know, a difference between, you know, having an accident or not. So, you know, I think it's something that will be standard on cars in the future. Like we have standard ABS brakes, etc., etc. So a really, really good function. It's not got the little Perspex-y glass thing here. I think it's much better being projected onto the screen. Okay, so the mileage, 21,261 miles. Now, remember when I was outside, I was telling you this was a plus model. So the radar cruise control, so this is your buttons will look like this. So it will actually track the car in front. So if you set it at 70 and you're trundling along, car in front slows down, your car will detect that and slow down. You can make some adjustments as well with the sort of sensitivity to it, and the distance between you and the car in front. Really good system, got to have a real play around with it. I think it makes cruise control quite a useful thing in the UK on our UK roads, whereas before with standard cruise control, I don't think we really have the traffic conditions for it. Right, you've got automatic lights, automatic wipers, volume controls, hands-free, CD player. I say that with some sort of surprise in my voice. I know a lot of cars don't have them. Heated steering wheel, heated seats, climate control, dual zone, so no arguments on, oh, it's too hot, it's too cold. You've got your height adjustable and in and out steering column. Okay, and now this here is known as the Mazda Mzd Connect, which is their integrated sat nav, telephone, entertainment, settings, etc. Now, it is touchscreen. However, this touchscreen will be disabled once the car starts moving. So it only works when the car's stationary. All right. So I would suggest getting used to using the human interface, or I think it's in the brochure it says a multimedia commander. So here you've got your quick keys for your music, your home screen and your nav. Okay, so look, let's go through this. So that's your home screen there. Now in applications, you've got things like fuel economy monitor. Okay, it'll tell you about the iStop. So it's got an intelligent engine, intelligent stop go function. So for example, it says the engine, it's not ready at the moment to function, so the car won't be turning itself off. The engine, sorry, won't be turning itself off. But when that goes to a ready status, when you're in traffic, you take the car out of gear, you've got your foot on the brake. Also, I think it only works when you've got your seatbelt on, which obviously you will have your seatbelt on. The engine will switch off, and then as you go to put the clutch down, put the car into gear, the car will fire up. It's nice and seamless, and off you go. So benefits of this are, it's better to the environment because less pollutants, uses less fuel, but ultimately it uses, well, it's easier on your pocket because you won't be burning that fuel. So there's some real advantages there. Back on the apps, and then you've got like vehicle status monitor, warning guidance, you know, low fuel, etc., etc. Now, On the slightly later CX-5s, you'd also get Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Now you can still upgrade this system to have that, so then you can you've got the added benefit of being able to view and use your apps on your phone on this screen here. So for example, Google Maps, Waze, Spotify, WhatsApp, you can use. It's used in a sort of restricted mode because obviously, you know, you can't really, you know, watch WhatsApp videos or whatnot as you're trundling along. So it is kind of restricted. Okay, so back to, now this is more interesting stuff, music. So you've got DAB radio, fantastic, loads of channels. Now this is a local chappie, so he's got all of them sort of stored in here. It's something for everyone. I know that some FM stations are actually switching off and going over just to DAB, so it kind of future-proofs that element of it. Then you've got your more traditional AM, FM, AHA Stitcher, internet, apps, use some data. I don't know anyone that's ever used it. Bluetooth, so once the phone is paired up, you can stream all your music. I often listen to YouTube documentaries that I've fallen asleep watching the previous night and I finish off in the morning. So you've got USBs in here, okay? So you've got USB 1 and 2, they'll read data, also charge, so they can read if your music you've got stored on them, okay? Communication, so once the phone's paired up, call lists, missed calls, dial calls, phone book will all be on there, okay? It'll also read your text messages if you have an Android phone. Sat Nav, it's got a very comprehensive Sat Nav. I've used this traveling across Europe and it's been absolutely fine. Put your postcode in and off you go. If you don't have a postcode, you can whittle it down by town, street name, etc, etc. So it does cover you in Europe, okay? And we'll make sure the map's all updated for you. When you are en route, and you need to find a place, for example, I don't know, you want to find a fuel station, because I'm always running low on fuel. You can search, look at all these names of fuel stations here, search in all subcategories around here, search, and it will give me a list, okay? Now, this is particularly useful for people that have got fuel cards, because then, you know where the BP is. We have a BP fuel card. You know the direction, you know the distance. You can set up a Wi-Fi hotspot from your phone, so your car is connected to the internet. You'll also get fuel prices up next to that on the right here, and you'll get live traffic updates. Once again, uses a minuscule amount of data, so very useful. Now in the settings page, you can adjust the height, okay, of the heads-up display, and that will also save to your memory seat. Now there's lots of things, but I'm kind of going to skim over the interesting stuff. Display, you can just turn that off. Safety, smart city braking. So there's cameras up there. I think more than one camera. If you got too close to a car, object, person in front, you're doing under 20 miles an hour. If there's no driver input, you're not steering, braking, accelerating, the car will, boom, put the brakes on, okay? Now, the wonderful thing about that is insurance companies recognize that feature on a car, and it should give you a more competitive or a lesser insurance premium, because most accidents happen under 20 miles an hour. Blind spot monitoring. So this car, can you see the wing mirror? Can you see the two shaded out bits there on the wing mirror? Okay, so if someone was to overtake you, you'll get a bleep and it'll light up in your wing mirror. Say someone's overtaking or undertaking you, beware. So that's another thing that insurance companies will consider. Lane keep assist. So the car will actually track the lanes in the road and help you keep you within those lanes. It's not too intrusive, but for example, and please don't try this at home, if you let go of the steering wheel, I think it will keep you in your lane. It will correct you twice, but then it will come up here, hold steering wheel. Okay, so that's a really good thing. Traffic light sign recognition, parking sensors. Sound, you've got an excellent BOSE sound system. Need I say more? Put it on BOSE center point, play some opera music. Sounds like you're in an opera house. GPS synced clock, never have to change your clock again. And you've got some nice vehicle settings, door lock settings. So it's got walk away lock when you walk away from the car. The car will lock itself, obviously you can turn that off. Lighting, coming home lights, leaving home lights, high beam control. I'll switch that on. Ah, yes, because of these safety features, you've also got high beam control. So you've got your high beam on full. You're going down a country lane. Someone comes the other way. You don't have to dip your lights. The car will do it for you, which is superb, because it won't do it to its entirety. So you might have full beam on that side, but not on that side, to stop blinding the oncoming traffic, but also to, it won't impair your vision as well. So it's amazing. It's adaptive front lighting. I've got some old classic cars. If I drove them at night, I honestly feel like the lights are switched off. They're that poor compared to this. Devices, Bluetooth, network management system, language, temperature, etc. Okay, so we're 16 minutes into the video. I don't want to keep going on. Just to let you know, this car will come with a year's warranty, Mazda ZZ plus a approved used car warranty, which also has a year's roadside assistance, which is European cover, and it's the full cover, home cover, etc. And your passengers are also covered, and it's the car that's covered. So if someone wants to borrow your car, had a problem, they'd be able to use the roadside assistance. And you've also got MOT insurance for the first year. So if you were to fail your MOT on your next MOT, there are certain things that will be covered. Okay, so real value for money there, reassurance. We've got wonderful finance facilities. Please inquire within. We've got the facility to extend the warranty for up to 3 years, and part exchange, I must say, is extremely welcome. If you have a look on our website, it's not only Mazdas and Suzukis we sell. Obviously, we sell those cars new. We get some really lovely part exchanges. We don't discriminate, and we'll cherry pick the really nice ones, and we retail them. So, if you don't have a Mazda or Suzuki, don't think, oh, I might not get the best price. Do try us. We quite often beat these online valuers, and we're far, far more reasonable and realistic. And do inquire at any time of day. We appreciate that a lot of people are searching for cars outside normal working hours. So do try us. You will probably be surprised at how quickly we come back to you. So I want to thank you for watching the video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and we look forward to hearing from you. Take care. Bye-bye.